Good morning. In my purple, limited, rare, vintage RG sweater. Batch 1. It exists because my mom took it. She said, "Can I have it?" So I gave it to her, and then I found it. But yeah, I'm making another video. Let me cross the street. 'Cause I still feel the way I felt on 303. I just posted it. Just feel weird, man. I was sitting on the bed. I forget what I was doing, but I just fell asleep at like 7 or something. My dad comes upstairs and he's just like, "Go to bed." I don't know, man. I think, I don't know. Because I was driving for like 2.5 hours because I got lost, so that could have been it. Then I had to drive back home. It was a photo shoot, but I don't know, it was just, I don't think the pictures came out so well. I gotta look at it. Because blah, 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 blah. But, yeah. So, you guys saw the video I was talking about, the one where I was singing. And I got the comment that is how people felt. That, like, I'm paraphrasing, but you, if you're reading this, watching this, you said, you've seen a lot of my stuff. You've been following me for a minute. But this shit right here is like the best shit you ever did. And a lot of people said that. And it's like, I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I did create it, make it. It's a one-take shit, etc., etc. So it's a plus, positive. But like, and just like, even if people didn't say anything, it's the people who liked it. Like, I had people who, they might have been following me for like forever. They never commented or liked, and there they are commenting and liking. So something happened with that. But I don't know what it is. It can't be because I'm singing, because I sang a lot of times from time to time. I guess the only thing that is unique to this one is the beat, which I created that too, on some like Afrobeat reggae thing, which I've done that before too. So I don't know what it is. I didn't know how to capitalize on it, so it kind of went up, and now it's in the ether. I could always bring it back, do a music video for it, but yeah. So let me know your thoughts on that. Why did that pop off the way it did? Was it the hat? My Pharrell too big for my head hat? Is that all it took? This dog looks mean. Look at his face. Actually, he looks like his owner. Owner looks mean. Maybe that's just their resting face. I gotta leave me alone resting face. So, the other day, I think like about a week ago, Monday, yeah, a friend of mine came to visit. And if you're watching, you know who you are. But she came down to visit, and we walked this trail, and it was cool. So in total, since I've been back back here in my hometown, I've walked this trail 3 times with 3 different people. But mostly it's been just me and you guys. So I guess I've never really been alone if I'm making a video like this. But yeah, so I woke up this morning, I'm like, I'm still feeling So I'm like, let me go for a walk. It's like exercising, I guess. I'm like, and I might as well make a video, since I found out how to get the videos up on time. I just start uploading it from the walk. I got unlimited data, and once you get back into the house, it just kind of set and forget. But once it's uploaded, it'll just eventually upload itself. So yeah, that's what I'll do moving forward. But I don't like it, because they take up a lot of space. Like when it's an hour, it's just taking up a chunk of space on my my iPhone. Recently, I got a new iPad, and it's great, I guess. But I have so much stuff that it took 3 days for everything to download back from the iCloud. And I was mad as hell. Like, why is it taking so slow? Because I got a bunch of shit on there. A bunch of shit that I probably will never even utilize it. It's just there, taking up space. So I really gotta, there's a new book, I just thought of this. I should get a book on how to declutter. I get those from time to time, and it helps. Then I go back into what I do. I'm a hoarder, man. I would hoard anything. And my hoarding has got so bad that I hoard digital stuff. So I got a Dropbox so I can hoard my digital stuff. I got multiple hard drives. I got an Adobe Cloud for my pictures. I got iCloud so I just got a bunch of stuff. And really, I could start throwing it away but it takes forever, man. Cause I got a lot of the videos. I got all the videos from back in the day, YouTube stuff, the unedited shit. But I have to go through it because they're untitled. So I have to click on it, watch it. I think it's time for me to drop an album. Because although I make music every day, this is day 142, I believe. So I've been dropping a consistent effort every day. Haven't missed a day yet. Sometimes I wake up and but I remember I did it early in the morning, or sometimes I have to stay up till like 3 in the morning so I can get it in. And they sound as something would sound if you do it at 3 in the morning. I'm sleepy. Sounds dope because the voice, the feelings and all that. But I gotta drop a project, something that is like a term paper. It's like a report card. I need something that kind of just, because the growth will be there, everything I learned thus far will come out in the music. So I actually went on this walk to kind of just think of some ideas. What should I do? Should I go all singing? A whole song of just singing. I've never done that before. Kind of scared. But again, that video that I posted, the reviews were great. But I don't know if it's a one-off. But I did find a trick. I mean, it's been going this way. Like I was in the car and I put on a chord, like just 2 chords, like a C, a 1 chord and a 5 chord. Bum, do, re, mi, fa, sol, do, sol, do, sol. So I was just playing the chord back and forth. And then I started just me, 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 just staying within that chord. Cause I always been able to do that kind of, wherever the note is, kind of blend with it. I can't harmonize with myself. I'm not there yet, but I could. So I started with just da da da, and then doing run like and then I started putting words. This is the way that I go. And then playing with different ways of vocalizing, like breathy. This is. And then deep verses. And then just weird yeses. And I'm just doing this for like 30 minutes going up the street. Look at this bird. Hey, bird. But just that's basically practicing. I never practiced. Like, I started learning what my voice can do. Like, if you're in a car that has like speed or something, you start to punch it. Even if you don't have speed on your car, you still punch it, and it's like, Wah. So taking my voice out for a test drive, because like I think the sweet spot for, here's another bird. What kind of bird is this? These birds. Maybe the album should be called For the Birds. I'm spitballing. But just like people have told me my speaking voice is good, but when I sing it gets all nasally, like a I would say J-Lo, like that kind of. But I wanted more of a, John Legend. Heads underwater. I'm not John Legend. But there's like different ways to sing, you know? Usher's way, Neo's way. And like the voice you have, that's like what you're locked into at this point. Now with the AI, you could sound like whoever. It's going to be interesting, man. AI is really going to change a lot of industries. A lot. I mean, it is, but like on the music creation side, right now, the thing is you can take AI and you could have it be anybody. It could be Jay-Z's voice. So you can have Jay-Z on your song. And this is different from taking an acapella and remix it. Now you just have Jay-Z saying stuff he probably wouldn't be saying. And then other people are like, oh, that's a nice Jay-Z song. But they wouldn't know because it sounds like him. You got it on the beat making side. Push a button, it just spits out a beat. Make a beat in the style of Neptunes and Just Blaze. Like, it's going to be wild, man. And then, like, I use it for like the artwork. I just type in artwork, me standing on a boat in the middle of an island. Bam. And then on the mastering side, you know, you just run your music. So AI could come in a lot of spots. And on the one hand, it's great because now you don't got to pay respective people to do the stuff. And they used to overcharge sometimes. I mean, you get what you pay for. But now, you don't have to pay for it. And it's just going to throw a lot of things in a flux. And it's inevitable, you know? So it is what it is. Good morning. So, I don't even, like, I'm all over the place as I be. But, a big thing is subscription-based models. Now, I read about this years ago because I actually got a book on how to price things. There's subscription, there's value, there's cost. There's, I think there's like 4 main ones. And, you know, now it has come to like our software that we make music with is all like, for $4.99, you could have the whole collection. $4.99 or $25, whatever. And and for me, a person who's been buying software, it is cheaper, you know. But I just hate being tethered to some company that way, because if you can't afford the $4.99, which I mean, if that's the case, you can't use it. You can't open up the project. You can't go backwards. It's kind of frozen. And there's such a big hoopla about it. Like Apple's gonna release Final Cut and Logic, respectively, different prices. It'll be $100 a year for both of them, I think. And it's supposed to be a 1-to-1 comparison to the desktop versions, which the desktop would be $500. So you're getting like the same value, but $100 for the apps or $500 for the desktop, and they do the same thing. And there's such a big hoopla about it, and it's just like, I want to make a video, but you know, I don't want to. It is what it is. But it's just like, you don't have to buy it. You could continue using what you're using and never look at it. Because it'd be one thing if you're using a product and they try to switch to like if hey guys, I know you're used to watching me free, but we're going to go to a subscription-based model. So now you get the same great content, but at $4.99. You wouldn't like it. Some would be like, okay, cool. And YouTube did implement it. It's there. But it's like, if you ain't used to it versus you just pop up and that's what you get, you know? Like, that one guy, I don't even know. But the one guy who's out there making those 4K, 8K YouTube, 8K Tokyo walk videos, and he had like this little subscription model built in. That's how he came into the game, more or less. We didn't have those options. Anyway. But, yeah. So AI is going to change a lot of shit. It's even going to change, like, right now, AI generated art. Most of my goofy friends, we put in like some X-rated shit, and the answer's always cannot understand the input. What the hell you mean you can't? You smart ass AI, you don't understand. But at some point, there's going to be an app or AI that will let you generate all types of fucked up shit, and it's going to look nice because they could do 3D rendering and you could do any style you want. So right now, it's going to be like, I want to see Elon Musk working at McDonald's, and boom, it makes this thing, and it's eerie looking. But eventually, it's going to be able to say, I want to see Elon Musk, da-da-da-da-da-da. You put in your da-da-da-da, and it's going to generate that too. So then it's like, why would you could just sit in your own house. Like, could you imagine, like, back in my day, if you wanted to get some adult content, you had to go to like the corner store, and they used to put it like a Playboy magazine. They put it in a brown paper bag and you walk out. Or you go to Blockbuster and you have to go into the back corner. And then the next generation, you know, was you could download it, but it was really slow as hell. And then the next generation, they're getting 4K this and that. It started fucking them up because, you know, it's all like, but the next generation, they just sit in their bed and they could type whatever they want, which is going to be crazy, man. Going to be crazy. But, yeah. Going to be crazy. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. That's a cute dog. Where is it going? Oh, yeah. So AI is going to just change shit up. Like that chat thing. I did download it, and I was asking a question, and I just felt weird because I was like, how do I sound more like Jay-Z? It said, well, it didn't have a voice. I mean, I guess I could have had it read it to me. I don't know. It said, if you want to sound like Jay-Z, what you should do is listen to his catalog and study how he rhymed. He's known for, it just broke it down quickly, and it made sense. So yeah, man, I was talking to the principal at my school the other day, and we're just going back and forth, and I'm just like, because she brought up, it's a Catholic school, and she brought up that some of the black kids made a Black Lives Matter sign, and she was kind of like, she asked the head priest if they're allowed to post this stuff, and he's like, no, because it's emotionally charged. So she took it down. So then the student who put it up's like, that's racist. On some Colin Patrick, I don't know his name. That guy. And a big hubbub happened. And I'm like, this is unavoidable. Like, that's only the tip of the iceberg. Because, you know, these kids are being taught from their TikTok and Vine, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchatting buddies. You know, like back in the day, I could imagine Vietnam is happening and people over here not knowing what's happening. And then people come back like, this happened. They're like, no, it didn't. Couldn't happen. They wouldn't believe it. Now, any atrocity in the world, I can find some site that's going to make it very vivid for me. Find somebody on the ground that's going to be someone that I trust, who looks like me, sounds like me, talks the way I want it to be said. And these kids have access to that. And I don't know how we're going to undo that. And then you got the media companies actively doing what they're doing behind the scenes. It is a mess. But I don't think about all that. I keep my head underwater. I'll be doing that. I'll be in the car just trying to see how they do their thing. Breathing from your chest. But yeah. So, new album. Let me jump back. So, at the wedding the other day, a really nice wedding, and it was interesting how people were talking to me about me. You know, some just were talking as if we've always been talking, you know, like, hey, what's going on? Da 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 da. Felt nice, natural. And others just kind of like, so, the famous Matt. I ain't famous. I'm just a regular Joe doing regular Joe things. But it just, I don't want to be, anytime someone refers to me as famous, talented, here is the it just feels weird to me, man, because I can't do anything with it at this point. Like, it's one thing, it's like, the other day I was talking to Pharrell, you know, and Pharrell was just like, are you wearing that stupid hat because I wore the stupid hat? Like, nah, maybe. And then we laughed about it. And then that would say that's one thing. But then everything is relative, you know? I was talking to another guy and he's like, yeah, my friend, his friend, I don't know. He said he just went to Japan. And he was sending me these pictures and he showed me the pictures that his friend sent him. And they looked just like the pictures I took. Just out there living your life, just enjoying the whatever. And it brought it like a tinge. And then he said something like, you know, you were the first one to go out there and just go out there by yourself and live your life. So many people thought of me as a kind of pioneering trendsetter, but I didn't think it. I just did it because I could. I'm walking this trail, which I do often, which keeps me fit-ish, not in the gym or anything, but I don't do it to, like, everything for the most part, most of the things I do is not done for the reason people think it is. Like, I make videos. I'm not trying to get rich from this. That boat has passed, and it's getting worse as the algorithm's getting, I think I got my last check from YouTube I'll ever see. I don't even monetize these anymore. But yeah, I do it for one, to talk to the people who want to hear me talk. They're out there. Two, to get it out of my system. I always feel better after, and I don't even have to upload it. I as long as I feel better. Connecting, get my thoughts kind of in line, and then, like, I don't know if I have children anytime soon, but it'd be interesting if I had a son and YouTube still existed. He could, like, watch videos of me doing this. That'd be a cool, what were you doing, Dad? I was doing this. Hearing my thoughts. But yeah, that's why I do it. You know, making music, etc. But like teaching, I don't technically do it for the money because I ain't making much money from teaching. But I was telling the principal, you know, I identify with a lot of these kids. You know, they come from rough areas and their futures are really bleak looking for some of them. Not to say they're going to jail or anything, but if you don't have education, shit, even if they were to get into, like, they became #1 sports players or they won the lottery, those statistics are not very good either. I mean, you got that one dude waving his gun, losing what, millions of dollars because he can wave his gun all he wants, but why live stream it? Why have physical proof that someone's going to be like, nope, gotta cut that shit out? And it's an interesting argument because people are like, well, this guy over here, he's doing this. But the dude works for the NBA. He doesn't own it. Or the other guy, different, it's like apples to oranges. So I would want to instill in anyone really, that they just need to be aware of their, like, I don't know if I'll throw this word at the kids, but leverage. If you have leverage, you could do whatever you want within reason or within limit of how much leverage you have. You know? And there's so many examples in our world where we see people who seem to get away with everything. For what? Because of the factors that surround. And then other people, they cough. And then they end up, and it's not fair, but that's just the way it is. So I try to instill that, and that's why I'm here. So if I can get this group of kids to know that, in fact, it's anyone, really. So the principal was saying to me, she asked me if I want to work there next year, and I'm like, well, I could teach, I guess, from pre-K, I don't want to do pre-K, up to 6th grade, because I haven't really encountered the 8th graders. And she's like, she kept saying about the fourth grade, like, I encountered all the kids because I had taught them I seen them in media, and then I had them in lunch. And I learned like a good 60% of the names, their characters, the ones that are annoying. So again, I think I mentioned this, I don't know. So now I'm teaching in 6th grade, but before I was doing the lunch, I have to go to lunch and be the lunch monitor guy. And now I'm teaching, I can't be there, right? So one of the girls, I think 4th grade, she said, "You abandoned us. Abandoned us." We're in mass, right? And she's like mouthing it. "You abandoned us." So what? "You left us." And that's like, I'm just the guy to tell them to sit in their seats. Good morning. So for them to have such a connection to that guy, that shows the way that I am. But so yeah, I gotta make a decision. The school, my contract ends in 2 weeks. And yeah. But where are we at? 26 minutes? But yeah. So as I said, I woke up this morning, I was like, I gotta make an album or something. Last year, I think I checked, it was in July. Yeah, it was Music is My Therapy. So I was thinking maybe I could do a part 2. Music is My Therapy part 2. That might work. This one guy, he sent me some tracks, like 6 tracks. Maybe I could do a mini project with him. The thing about his tracks, they're so raw. Like my shit is cleaner because I use better sounds. His shit is just raw. But in general, I don't like to tell producers who send me beats how to fix their beat. That's what they sent. I work around that. In the rare event where it's like, actually, it's rare that I would do anything to it other than put my lyrics in it. One time, a paid gig, he sent me this track, and I'm like, it was just there was no 8-bar, like there was no, so I had to color code the section, like this is a 3-bar, this is a 4-bar, and like, where do you want me to rap? So just rap. So I just rapped, he liked it. But then he came back again, he's like, can you redo it because it wasn't lined up. I'm rolling my eyes like, he's like, I'll pay you. I'm like, well, you should have started with that. I'm a mercenary at times. I don't like saying that though, because I think the reason why the photo shoot that I went to yesterday didn't leave me filled with excitement is because it just felt empty. I didn't get anything from it. I didn't look at the photos yet, but just, again, when I'm creating, I want to create something I can say, look, I did this, and show it to somebody. I don't think that I would show this to anyone. I think I'm just going to edit it up and then send it back to them and whatever. But it was an interesting shoot. Interesting cats. The principal, she asked me, she said, "For the love of God, the kids keep saying 21, and I don't know what it means." Because I was saying, I asked the kids to use a dictionary, and they didn't know how to use a dictionary. I thought it was funny because the one that I told to use a dictionary, he's kind of slow. So I'm like, well, it goes alphabetical order, and you just look for each letter. But the first time, he was like, "I don't know how to use a dictionary." And I'm like, what the hell you mean you don't? But then I saw he really doesn't know. So I taught him how to use a dictionary. And then he'd be like, the word's not on the page. I'm like, now there's some words, but in general, these words would be. So, and usually he's looking at the page, but he's not scanning down. But then I saw the whole class in general didn't know how to use a dictionary, which is weird. So I asked them, hey, did you learn how to use a dictionary, or did you use an iPad before? Like, we use iPads. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But me being me, every time they ask, how do you spell this? I say Dictionary. And now they just go get the dictionaries. We're making progress. So I made the joke with the principals, like, yeah, in life, they're gonna, now this is just my habit, and maybe this is why people do not like me. So of course I'm against using the iPad to use the dictionary. But then it's like, but honestly, I don't use the dictionary. I don't even own one. If I want to know how something's spelled, I go to dictionary.com. And these kids don't even do that. They were going to just Google, and Google will give you a definition, give you one. I'm like, you got to go to dictionary.com to get all the definitions, pick the best one. But then chat, oh my gosh, ugh. So then I said, but on the other hand, there's new words coming up every day that won't be in these dictionaries, you know? And she's like, for example, the kids say 21. So she looked up 21. All she got was 21 comes after 20. She even went to, what is Urban Dictionary? Like, you know about Urban Dictionary? But I guess she would, because we teach urban kids, and she has to know. But 21 didn't show up in there either, because she was missing, maybe she put person 21, but she wouldn't know. I'm like, that's a rapper, 21 Savage. But my kids say everything that they say, cap, on God, sounds sus. Which, like, the gap between when it comes out and when they start using is pretty, like, the first time someone said, he said to me, he was like, yo, I'm gonna, what did he say? I think, what did he say? He was referring to weed in some kind of nickname of it, but I forget what it was. He said, I don't know what he said, but I was making fun, like, because I've never heard it before. And then references in music. Mary Jane. I just thought Mary Jane. I didn't think anything of it. Heron. Love Jones. I gotta love Jones for your body and your skin tone. 5 minutes alone, I'm already on the bone. All that meant nothing to me because I never heard anyone speak in that language. Shit, the best one, the song, I think it's Next. Baby, I'm excited and I just can't hide it. I didn't know what they were talking about. I liked the song. You know that. It wouldn't be until, like, I was in Japan and my coworkers went out and this Jamaican girl and we sang that song together. I'm like, oh my gosh. Actually, no, it's not that. I mean, we did sing it, but I was aware of what we're singing about. But I saw this not stupid because it educated me, but it's like, do you know what the song is about? So I'm oblivious to those things because no one told me, but these kids today, they just know it because someone's out there breaking shit down for them. So, but yeah. So even though they need to have dictionary skills, for some things they're going to have computer skills. And then I threw this one at her, like, you know, they're learning from the internet, but some of the information they're learning is not accurate. And, you know, sometimes they ask me questions and I can't give them an answer. So it is, good morning. So it's like they're asking me questions and I don't know. Whereas if they're online, that person is like, I know the answer. And they're all like done up in a way where you think they really do know what they're talking about. Marketing games up and shit. But I feel like donuts today. Why don't I get some donuts? Maybe the album could, I can't make an album called Donuts. That's all Jay Dilla. But I'm excited, man. I want to make an album. I think it's time. I don't know what to make it about. I mean, my life. But I want to make it more. Most of my albums are very me-centric about what I'm doing, and I don't know if, although, so, I mean, to come full circle, if you follow this. So when my friend was telling me about his friend who went to Japan and he's showing me pictures, and I'm like, yeah, it's a good old time, whatever. He was saying that he wants to go travel. He wants to go to Europe and see shit. And I was going to say, isn't it weird that growing up, we just wanted to sit on the block, you know? We just want to be on the corner. Not I was, but we weren't looking, our aspirations didn't go outside of the area that we live. We didn't see that far. Now it's a little different because my nephew, he's 20 something, and he's like, I'm going to hop a plane, I'm going to drive down to Florida. My friends and I didn't do that when we were 20. We just went to the mall or college, 20s. So things are different, price, whatever. But again, you got that internet shit. Now, if any country I want to go, you know what country I want to go to? Iceland. What's her name? Her name, I forget who she is, but she's really famous, and I think it's Iceland. She has this interesting accent, and I saw another person on YouTube with the same accent. I love that accent. It's like, I can't even do it. It's just, so I want to meet someone like that. Go to Iceland. But just like, we can go anywhere now that COVID's whatever. Because as I mentioned before, for my 40th birthday, I was going to go to Europe. I was going to go to Germany. I was going to see France. I was going to go to Amsterdam, although I don't smoke, but just go and then spend like 3 weeks just going around. And that would have been life-changing because I never intended to stay in Japan. I just wanted to go because I could, and I did. And next thing you know, the rest is history. So I was hoping, although I didn't have anything planned, I was just going to go out there and see what happens. And COVID kind of just, but everything, I hate saying that, but everything happens for a reason. But I hate saying that. Everything happens and then we give it reason makes more sense. So because I was stuck in the house, I started learning how to be a better producer. And kind of got me to this point right now. So yeah. But that's about it, man. I'll end with, last night my dad was waiting for a letter to come in the mail, a bill. And it hasn't come yet. And he was very upset because, you get the bill on Monday, you send it in the mail, it will arrive at destination on Friday, and blah, blah, blah. If you send it in late, you get a late fee. My dad hates late fees. I hate late fees. There's a bill that I forgot to pay. It's due tomorrow. But last month I forgot to pay it, and bam, $40 late fee. I hate that shit. So let me put a little mental pin to go home and do that. Or I got hit with another one. I saw this titler thingy. You know how some people, Instagram and YouTube, they auto title it for you, but I found a program that could title it before you gets there. So they had a 3-day trial, and I did the 3-day trial and then 1 year, and I was going to cancel it. And I thought it was alright, but Instagram already does the titling for you. So I go to delete it, but I didn't see it. I have 2 accounts. I have the one account I used when I was in Japan, because Apple, Japan, and America, Apple, you can't access them both, customs or some shit. So I did on that one, but I checked the other one. So I didn't see it, I forgot about it, and then bam, $41, because that's how much it costs for the year. And I try to, now for apps, you can be like, it doesn't work properly. I just said, I forgot to cancel it, and they're like, nah, you're gonna have to eat that cost. So I used it yesterday. It works, but you gotta make sure you watch it. You gotta make sure you're on top of that, because it auto texted my shit, and I didn't say that. Now, no one picked up on it because you could hear what I'm saying, but if you were hearing impaired or some shit, it would say what I didn't say, and that. But yeah, so my dad, he's just like really was upset. And it's crazy because, one, you can pay at the place. It's a mortgage, so you can go to the bank and just hand them the money at any given time. Just hand it to them. And I pass it every day coming home from work. So you can just, here, problem solved. You don't even have to wait for the little piece of paper. Option 2, you can have it automatically come out of your bank. Although my dad's argument is if he doesn't have enough money in the bank, you're going to get overcharged. That happens to me a lot. So it is a true concern, but my dad doesn't buy random shit for random reason. I just buy shit. Like, just the other day, I saw this new app that came out, and I downloaded it, and it's free. But all the sounds, there are the in-app purchases. So I'm like, whatever. Then I saw somebody demoing the sounds, and my heart just melted. Like, what? For those who make money, it's like a contact library, native instrument contact library on your iPad. These sounds are beautiful. The brass. And then I'm looking at the price. I went last night before I went to bed. I listed all the sounds they have and all the price. It comes up to $1,023 to get the full set. And I want it. I want it because I can't have it. I don't got no $1,000 for sounds. But these sounds are so lush. The horns, I might start with just the vocal choirs. But everything just sounds so beautiful. But $1,000? So I emailed the app developer. I said, are you having any sales? Because sometimes they do that, like Black Friday, or so I'd be okay with 1/3 of that or something. I would do a subscription deal for that. Give me all the sounds for some subscription. I just don't feel comfortable paying that much money for sounds. I mean, I got a lot of sounds already, which I don't use. So again, my dad doesn't do stuff like that. So he would be good with doing auto pay. You can pay by phone. Just call him up, say, hey, ready to make a payment? Like, there's so many options. The only thing he can't do is he can't do it by the internet, because apparently this company, the mortgage was in my mom's name. She passed away, but to put my dad's name on it, he would have to. It's just like a form. Well, it's a big thing. I called him last year. I was talking to him. And it's a big thing, and my dad, it brings up memories of other things. So we can't get an online account to pay online, but we still got the other 3. I physically pass it every day. We can make a phone call, and he could do an auto thing. But he wants to write out checks and send it in the mail. And so he was very upset about that. And I'm just shaking my head like, come on, man. Worry about other stuff. Worry about AI. It's coming. Don't. But, yeah. I'm hungry. I really do want that donut. But there used to be a donut store by my house. It ain't there anymore. But, yeah. I might go see Fast and Furious today. I was going to do it yesterday, but I was so tired. And I will fall asleep at a movie theater. Not if it's not boring, but you know the in-between sections where nothing's happening? But I already know how it's going to go. It's Fast and the Furious. They're going to be racing their cars. And Dom's going to look over. He's going to say something. Family. And then they're going to race. And then some random guy's going to blow shit up. And then something's going to happen. And they're going to spend a good 30 minutes suiting up, and then Tyrese's character is going to say something all loud, and Ludacris is going to sound cool, and then the female lead characters are just going to female lead character stuff. There's going to be some fight scene, and then the climax, they already went to the space, they already were in Antarctica, submarining it. Maybe they'll be inside a volcano, something ludicrous, no pun intended, or pun intended. And then they're going to end with some scene where they're all like happy, eating food and smiling. So that's going to be the gist of it. But I'm a franchise guy. Well, I'm a franchise guy as long as all the main people are in it. I don't want to see, I think they do have one. The Fast and Furious, the Kids or something. I don't want to see that. The Walking Dead, but spin-offs, don't want to see those. But yeah. Although I just said all that, but I did like the spin-off with Dwayne and Jason Statham. Their spin-off was funny. I'd watch them do more of those. I like Jason Statham. Dwayne Johnson, I don't like him, but you know, he's from my area. He's like, apparently he used to wrestle my school, not that I wrestled. But yeah. Man, so I might do that. And of course I gotta work on the music at some point. And yeah, that's about it. If you made it this far, so someone wrote me a letter, said, "So are you ever going back to Japan?" And then someone wrote under it, "It's a long story, but he's taking care of his dad," and da-da-da. And that just touched my heart. Like, who wants to repeat the same story over and over again? Now, for people, like when I went to the wedding, like, "So you ever going back to Japan?" I can't say watch the video because, you know, I make long-ass videos. I don't title anything. There's no chapters or anything. I need an intern, someone to go sit and doing all that for free. Intern, he's like somebody who's gonna go off to like Harvard, and he decides to be an intern for me because he just loves the content. He's out there like, so yeah, so I had to say it, and I don't want to say it because the tears will come. So I just be all like, "Japan will be there." Like, yeah, but are you going back? "Japan will be there." Why are you so mystical about shit? Mysterious. Well, of course I want to go back to Japan. But I can't. Or, I mean, you always have a choice. Of course I want to go back to Japan, but at this moment I choose not to because I have other things that are important to me. But it's crazy because I know this guy. I don't know him, but we make beats together, whatever. And I saw that he's in Japan. Or first, I saw that he had like Japanese items. He had money on the counter and all that. And like, I didn't know he went to Japan. But then the next post, he was in Japan. And it just kind of, because now Japan's open and, but yeah, I lived a life and now I'm living this life. And to end this video, I guess, someone saw I posted me rapping at my friend's wedding. Maybe I should post that up so you guys know what I'm talking about. For those who don't follow me on Instagram. And the comment was, it doesn't matter where you are, you still gonna kill it. Which is true. Everything I need to be me is in me. I could rap wherever, I could make beats wherever, I could freestyle whenever. And I can make albums, and I could make clothes, and I could read, like everything that I do or did. Now, can I go sit on toilets with multiple buttons and push it? And no, can't do that. I mean, you can buy the toilets here and you can install it, but my dad would be flipping out. Like, you just what's wrong with the old toilet? The old toilets, it doesn't have a warm seat on it. It doesn't have all the buttons. But yeah, man. So if you are watching me and you're new, I can't imagine getting new subscribers because I got another channel. It just stuck at 425 because I don't do the whole like and subscribe and all that. I just don't want to. Do it if you're going to do it. But if you're new, even if you're old, go see the world, man. Go see it. Like, it's changing. Like, even if you go to some place and you don't like it, it still is a good experience, because you learn you don't like that. You learn that you're a homebody. You need to be connected with people. When I was out there, I wasn't missing walking on this trail. I was out there looking for new trails to walk. I found that out about myself. I found out that I have the capacity to inspire people. I didn't think I had those qualities. I'm looking at, I gotta be 6'5" with muscles and have $8 billion in my bank account and all that. But it's not true. I inspire people in the things I do, and you could inspire people in the things you do, you know? It's a circle of life. But, so yeah, I encourage anyone to go out. You don't even have to go to a different country. Go to like a different state or a different part of your town. I mean, yesterday I drove to New Jersey for the second time since I've been home, and it was scary because, I'm using navigation and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm worried. I'm like, oh no. And it made me hella tired. I just want to be in the back seat sleeping, or on an airplane, or on a train. But it's nice that I'm free to move about, and I encourage that. I must tell that message to my students. Although most of them have been on airplanes and they go places, so I don't think they need to hear that from me. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and look out for the new project. I don't know what it's going to be about. I'm open to hear suggestions, comments down. All right, peace.